to another episode of the Momentum Multiply Titans show, where we keep you in the loop about your favorite cricket team. In this episode, we catch up with Titans bowler Oguhle Cele. The team gets new sponsors. We have an update on the Titans women's team. And lastly, we chat the Titans Premier League.
Oguhle Cele, I'm the fast bowler for the Momentum Multiply Titans.
Oguhle Cele's dream has always been to play cricket. The KwaZulu-Natal-born fast bowler came through Glenwood High's great production of cricketers and went on to represent KZN in different age groups. He made his T20 debut when he was just a teenager, representing the province in the Africa T20 Cup in 2016.
So I started cricket when I was 7 years old. Funny enough, I actually started off as a wicketkeeper batter. So that was from grade 1, 2 and 3, so I was about 6, 7, 8 years old then. And then the bowling sort of came in when I was about 10 years old. But I did start off throwing, and then sort of the natural transition of being young, and then I growed, and then everything sort of happened there for me. So that's when it basically started. At that time, cricket in Durban is always big. It's obviously a place where greats have been, Sean Pollock and Keshav Maharaj. So it's a good, healthy place for cricket. And I think at the moment it's still up and running properly. So so for me it was just, I had a natural ability in cricket, which sort of naturally transitioned, and I'm obviously here I am today. I started off obviously with the Bakers cricket. So when I was grade 1, 2 and 3, I did the Bakers cricket. And then I've played the coastal side from under 11, under 13, right through the age groups. So I've obviously represented the coastal side throughout the age groups, and then Cubswick, and then I transitioned into sort of the Cubswick teams. And then I was lucky enough also at school to be picked for SA schools and SA Colts. So I fairly achieved well at school level. And then I obviously, as I got more professional, I played my first semi-pro game in 2016. I remember that in Potch for the coastal side, and I was there for a season, and then got my debut Dolphins game the next season. I've sort of followed the age groups, and obviously here I am today.
The former Dolphins fast man has moved up north and joined the Momentum Multiply Titans in the last season, and is very happy to be playing alongside Dean Alga, Dinas de Bruin and Tabrai Shamsi, especially having had the privilege of sitting in the stands as a young boy watching them play against the Dolphins.
His agent called me, just like his mate Makanya called me and said, I want to come, I'm ready to come. And then I obviously knew who Cele was, and then I thought, he's somebody that has a lot of potential, somebody that we probably could use for what we want to achieve at the Titans. And I can safely say that, in his first season he didn't disappoint. He showed what he's really made of. He brought a lot of passion, he brought a lot of energy. The way he just went about things was obviously second to none in terms of what he wanted to achieve as well. So it was nice to see him actually make the strides that he made. And obviously getting a call-up for South Africa was also something big for him because of the work that he had put in, and the performances that he had put in as well.
I mean, look, it's a no-brainer coming to this franchise. So I took that opportunity with both hands. And it's been amazing, I've really enjoyed my time here, and I'm extremely happy.
Oh, a big appeal, hit him on the pads of fingers, come up this time from Adrian Holstock. And Cele's made the big breakthrough, a huge wicket. The skipper of the Knights, he's got his man.
We've got quite a deep relationship. It stems from high school, to be honest. Since he was a 13-year-old boy, we played against him. KZN under 13 played against Glenwood under 14As. Since then, for a long period of our careers, I played a mentorship role. From age group cricket all the way up until he played for the Dolphins. Now we've moved to the Titans together, so we've got quite a close bond, and we actually lived together last year.
Kush and I have had a great relationship since I joined back from the Titans from Cape Town. He's been such a valuable member to me, and on and off the field, he's someone that really pushes you, and when guys are feeling down, he's the one that brings energy to the team, and I'm so grateful to have someone like him as a teammate.
Oh, what about that? What about that? The feet haven't moved well all through this innings. It's been 25.
It's obviously my second season at the Titans, and for me, nothing much has changed in terms of when I got here. So when I got here, I actually had a bit of a shock in my system, if that's the right word to use, where the standards were so high that, you know, you actually become mentally sort of fatigued, and, you know, it takes a lot out of you, and it's a big culture shock, especially for me, coming from a very mellow and, you know, very relaxed sort of Durban vibe, to come here and to see guys working like how they did when I got here. So for me, it was also I naturally adapted to that. I've always been fairly good at adapting. And yeah, it's been very good for me. I mean, I seem to achieve, you know, a lot more than what I did, you know, in the space of a year, you know what I mean? So this move here has been sort of career changing for me. Yeah, and another thing that was a bit of something I'm really grateful for is just the people we get to train with and be around. There's not many franchises that could say, you know, we're running in and we're bowling to, you know, an Aiden Markram, a Dean Elgar, you know, Tiernus de Bruin, Heine Klossen, just to mention a few.
Stella's aspirations have always been to represent the Proteas and don the green and gold colours of his country. His first call-up for the national team was in 2021 as he was included in the T20 squad against Pakistan for a 3-match series.
National colours and sort of representing is my next goal. Representing the country is my next goal. I do understand it's not at my timing, and it's at the man's upstairs timing. So for me, the processes stay the same. I still work hard. I still look to learn and become a sponge, and the national colours is something I aspire to, and yeah, hopefully we'll get there one day.
Up in the air and out. Rushed him all the way through that over. He rushed him. Good skid on from Oguchekwele.
He just brings such good energy, and when he takes a wicket, like, you can just see the passion that Kush has just as a cricket player, and it's just someone that, you know, you can bank on. We call him the Iceman because you can give him any situation with the ball, and he seems to thrive under pressure, which is such a handy player in our team, and we're very lucky to have him here.
I wish him nothing but success and growth just as a human being. I know we speak a lot about cricket and being successful on the field, but I think cricket teaches a lot of life lessons. And I mean, like you're saying, he's going through a lot of adversity. He's also had some great success. I mean, he's been here for a season, and he's already gone on tour with the Proteas, and he's done well for the Titans. But for me, the biggest thing is a lot of growth outside of the game, just as an individual. And he's a big family guy. And just to see him grow, and I heard you and Coach talking about his mental side, which has grown a lot, and that makes me very happy. So for me, it's just success on the field and just growth as a human being off the field also.
So we're playing good cricket at the moment, and the large reason for that is actually because of the stuff that's happening within the team off the field, which is sort of helping us in terms of looking after the performance on the field. So yeah, as I said, this is the best team I've been a part of, and I don't see myself going anywhere, to be honest. I love this place.
The young bowler had a great first season at the Momentum Multiply Titans, but injuries stopped him in his tracks and put his season on hold. But from playing first-class cricket as a teenager, we know nothing can stop this young man from playing his favourite game. And we'll be seeing him on the bowling crease soon. The Titans have recently announced 2 new sponsors in the Fidelity Services Group and John Deere as they become the latest additions to the Titans family.
The most important thing to play sports, you probably need players, people that wants to play, but then you need equipment, and lastly you need facilities. And if you want to play it on a higher level, and even on the highest level, you need to maintain these facilities, and you need to maintain it at a very high level, and that's where you need partnerships. the facilities, Sports Facilities Academy, is our innovative way to do a knowledge share to help the industry in large, not just cricket, but other sporting facilities as well. John Deere has been fantastic. They're sponsoring the first Sports Facilities Academy, where we're going to do such a knowledge share. So very excited, very thankful for it. We have a lot of other partners in the industry that's both a service provider and a sponsor. Quattro is one. They'll be doing the cleaning part of the academy, and then Fidelity that's going to look after security. So that's fantastic for us. It's also our contribution to the sporting industry.
Fidelity will also be the official sponsor of the Titans women's cricket team, and the partnership means that our staff, players, tenants and supporters within the SuperSport Park precinct are safeguarded, while John Deere will make sure that the sports facilities will be well looked after.
We became part of cricket. We usually been part of rugby, but it's a great team to support, and also to be involved with the Titans women team is great for our group.
The partnership with the Titans, we provided some equipment to the Titans at very attractive financial rates, and the aim of that is to help them to maintain the sporting facilities. That is the field, of course, and also the surrounding facilities, because we really believe in sports and all the positivities going along with sports, and through that we want to play our role in providing the best possible facilities where our cricket players can outlive their dreams and their passions, and through that and reach successes, and through their successes inspire us as well as inspire our country and our nation.
I think we've seen how they play. It hasn't been developed that much, and I think for us as a business to invest in women is very important.
I think it's a fantastic thing for the ladies' game. Over the last couple of years, the ladies haven't got as much opportunity to get sponsors as they might have in the past. So it's nice for them to have a sponsor on board to show that people are caring and are looking into the game, to show that there's a potential future from the game for them to grow from. And having a sponsor on board also provides us some extra funding towards allowing our players to attend all of the practices and get some of the stuff out of it that they might not have got out in the past. So it just gives us a chance to give everyone a chance to participate and give everyone a fair ground from which to participate from.
We've got to be honest with ourselves that I don't think we've done enough for women's cricket over the years. It is one thing that we've realised at Titans, that we should do more. We should have done more anyway, but we should do more. There should be a bigger focus on helping the women's team. And of course, one is partnerships and sponsorships, and we're so thankful for Fidelity actually sponsoring the women's team. Also think it makes them feel special. It'll be an ongoing effort on our behalf to see if we can get more sponsors in. But Fidelity has been a pioneer sponsor now for us, and we're very thankful.
The Fidelity Service Group will display branding around SuperSport Park, and that branding will be incorporated into player merchandise and will also feature on the shirts of the Titans ladies playing kit. John Deere come on board as a stadium partner and will provide turf maintenance equipment as the two parties combine to find common ground. Stay tuned, because after the break we get to know more about the Titans women's team. Don't go away. The Daisy ladies got their season underway by going into a bio bubble prior to the start of the CSA provincial competition. This is the first competition of the season for the women's cricket team, with their new coach having recently joined the Titans ladies. All the players are ready to compete and test their skills against other teams.
I got the post at the beginning of May of last year, so it's been a real eye-opener for me to get more involved with the team and to learn about the players and to work with them and the different skills that come in along with that, and the different approaches that are needed when you take the step up from coaching from a club perspective into a provincial setup. So coaching these ladies has made me a better coach, and it's also opened my eyes to more ways to go about things. I think when we first came in here, there was a little bit of a mentality shift that had to change, but that's natural. Anytime you get a new coach in, the new ideas have to come through, and the ladies had to buy into that. I think they've done fantastically well, and the performances we've had on the pitch lately, I think has been testament to the work that we've done in the past already, and I think we're only about halfway to where we actually want to be as a squad.
So the setup here for me is very professional. We have a very good management team. We've got a new coach, Byron. I work really well with him. He's given a lot of input into my game. We also have strength and conditioning, which is done by Stacey, and she's really been pushing us this season. We actually, when I'm done with this interview, I'm going for a fitness test. So I'm really working well with the people around me. I enjoy the girls. We work well together. I'm genuine friends with a lot of the players, and I think that shows on the field. I think when you're having fun, you tend to play well, and I'm definitely having fun.
Age difference ya rona a se ngata, so vibe ya mo teaming e sharp, there's good energy. Re tla mo re thabile gore re dira something se lo reng ra se rata. Coach le ena o sharp, ke motho e lo reng o khona bolela le ena about anything and how to saka game ya hao gore o grow a game ya hao byang, the skills tse o ka di learnang.
I think we're very fortunate here at the Titans. The people at the top really look out for everyone that's below them, so they've worked really hard to get us sponsors. But on top of that, I feel that ladies cricket is one of the biggest growing sports in the country at the moment, and there's definitely more eyes coming onto the game. I think it's fantastic for the ladies because it gets them a platform from which they can showcase their skills and try and get it onto a platform where they can be viewed as equals with the males.
As an up-and-coming player, Paulina Mashishi had to walk 5 kilometers from her township just to get to cricket practice, but that didn't stop her from pursuing her favorite sport and getting a scholarship with Curo from the Northern franchise, just what the spinner needed.
The opportunities that ke di kry-ileng mo ke opportunity ya sekolo le go dlala Super League. Ne le opportunity e sharp. Ke khona go dlala le bana ba bang ka bona gore standard sa bona se ko kae, competition e ko kae. Toro tsa ka personally ke gore ke grow as a cricketer, so ke lebeletse national development teams, and also ke nagana go ya overseas, go dlala overseas.
Release! Go! Go! Get there! That's my big, yeah! Yes, go!
People with different backgrounds, and I think that brings us closer together because we get to learn about each other and where we come from. Also in terms of the age group, we have an older group who kind of mentors the younger players, and I hope that they are growing under the more experienced players. I know a lot of the girls are always trying to help and give their input and suggest new things for the youngsters, and they seem to take that information on and use it, and it's so great to see because they have so much potential. And yeah, like I mentioned, I'm very excited for what the future holds.
The seniors tsa mo teaming ya rona ba re thusa ka gone experience ya bona, ba na le experience ya o dlala go national team, ba na le experience ya o dlala di international, ba na le experience ya gore ba handle byang media, so dilo tse tsotlhe tse di experience tsa bona ba re thusa ka tsona, ba re botsa gore re etse byang, re di handle byang. Le wena as a person wa khona bona gore if motho o fitlhile go position a fitlhileng go yona, then that means I can also work hard ho fitla kwa fitlhileng ko teng.
Got a lot of potential, and I think if we play to that potential, we're going to do very well as a unit. We're getting to know the new coach. It's only his first season, so there's been a lot of talk about building this season, but so far so good, especially with the start that we had this year. I'm really excited to see what happens.
No, toro ya rona ke gore re feleletse re le ko number 1 ya league ya e re dlalang no.
I think ideally as a coach, my job is to try and prepare each and every one of my ladies to take a potential step up to the emerging squads or academy squads, or hopefully in the future the Protea lady squads. So trying to prepare them as best as possible with the skill set and the mental set that they're going to need to go there. But at the same time, a coach always gets judged on their performances on the field. So I feel the way we're working forward is hopefully by the end of next year to be really competing right at the top and trying to win the league itself.
The squad comprises of club and provincial stalwarts, and Proteas women's star Sune Luce will sprinkle her international experience across the team. Paulina Mashishi, Elise Marie Marks and Gandhi Jafta are all expected to show up strongly, having contributed regularly under the Northerns women's banner. The Titans have set up a league that consists of 24 teams around Tshwane and will focus on the development of club cricket and also serve as a feeder to the first team.
So Titans Premier League is obviously ensuring that, because we've got other structures that fall under it, but it's just to ensure that we can, absorb the players that start playing all the way from your KFC mini cricket into your school cricket and your club cricket at a younger age, to ultimately play it in the Premier League, which at the moment, especially because of the way that the structures have changed with CSA, that they almost a direct feeder into our professional setup. So the Titans main Teams League, this is the place where they will be getting the players from after performances and stuff. So it's just about obviously creating a pipeline for the Titans professional team and then ultimately for the Proteas.
I think it's very important that we serve students who have the ambition to be able to play up and a good level of cricket. I think it's important to serve cricket in that way, and as well as the students, the guys that want to make a living of it one day.
The club system is the feeder directly into our Colts and academy sides and going through to the Titans in our pipeline. So having as many guys participating at this level is quite important for us to actually sustain our pipeline and the structure going.
We can obviously keep the youngsters. Anything that we need to do is we need to promote the game with the youngsters. I know there was a stage where a lot of the guys stopped playing cricket, especially the older guys. And I think it's a great breeding ground for Titans and for South Africa.
We currently have got 23 clubs, and then out of those 23 clubs, they obviously form their teams. It's all over Pretoria. What happens in terms of who selects for them, it's totally up to the clubs. They have got their own coaching structures within the clubs. They would attract players that are playing in the school leagues or school cricket. So those will be the schools that are surrounding the area where the main club is. In this case, this main club here, and then ultimately, then the guys play for the Premier League side, and that's basically performance.
Young players enjoy playing in the league as it gives them hope of one day playing first-class cricket for the Momentum Multiply Titans.
I think the Titans Club League is very competitive, and it's obviously a privilege to represent and captain Tuks, as they've been very successful in the past. I think it's great because sometimes when kids come out of school, they play club cricket and they play against older guys, you learn a lot, and I think it's the next stepping stone to go to the Titans Colts, and then obviously the main goal is to play for the Titans.
I think it's a very competitive league, very competitive. We have teams like Arini, Tuks, all of those other teams, and they play good quality cricket, so it's very important and very helpful as well as a player because you get to play against high-leveled, high-skilled players, so it's very good.
The best thing here is that because it's such a good league, players do get a chance if they do perform well in this league, going up to cold sides and all that. So obviously that is what we aim for. We also have a couple of players that have gone on and played 3-day cricket, and unfortunately you lose those players, but that's exactly what you want. You know, you want to push guys up and sort of have that of, you can say that that's an old boy playing there. So yeah, that's massive for us.
The idea of this league was to produce first-class cricketers who also go on to represent the Proteas internationally as they aim to follow in the footsteps of Dinas de Bruin and Aaron Phangiso.
If you go around the entire country and look at your professional teams in the entire country, I'm pretty sure that in all the teams you'll find a few players that actually come from our structures as the Titans. There's a lot of players that you can name, your Alfred Mutua, your Gregory Matlakana, and all of those guys at the Knights. They actually come from almost every team. Every time I actually watch any professional cricket that's been played with the professional teams, and there's players that I can pick up and say these players are actually coming from our structures within the Titans region and stuff.
Well, my ambition is obviously to play for South Africa, and but to just keep enjoying my cricket and having fun with my friends.
I'm hoping to maybe make it into the
Titans courtside, and then hopefully higher as well. Because it's been a dream to play here for the Titans. It's been a dream to play at SuperSport Park. It's been a dream to represent the Daisy. So every time I get to do that, I'm happy.
So myself, with my cricket, obviously I want to progress. Been to the Colts trials, good experience for myself. Unfortunately, or I won't say unfortunately, fortunately there's still a lot of work that can be done. Obviously aiming for a position in the Colts team, but it all starts here with the club cricket. If you perform, you're going to get your shot, and that's where you need to make a statement.
My overall wish for them is to become good humans. I think that's one thing that we're able to assist them with in their studies. So if they do not move on to the next level of playing, at least they can go out into the business world and be able to get jobs and make a career out of anything they dream possible. So that's the nice thing about working at Tuks as well.
Obviously their goals are never going to be the same. Some guys play cricket because they just want to enjoy cricket. You need to make sure as a coach that you create such an environment. And some guys want to make it to the next level. You need to make sure that you fuse those two environments so that both guys can get value, and the one that wants to succeed and go further can go further, and the ones that wants to enjoy and just have fun can have fun within the same space.
Obviously, the biggest thing that we strive for is to always expand, because we just do believe that there's a lot more kids that are out there, there's a lot more people out there, there's a lot more areas out there that can be reached. So we always encourage to try and expand it. The more teams that we have, the more people that we give opportunity, whether it's your coaches or it's your players, whatever the case is. So what you can look forward to is basically us expanding.
The league has successfully produced first-class players and is a great feeder system to the first team, and every season we look forward to finding young cricketers from the capital city.
I think it means quite a lot to our spectators and fans who have been inquiring quite a bit about where they can get replica t-shirts. And with Sportsman's Warehouse being who they are and the big equipment and apparel supplier, it's quite significant. And them just being on the other side of the highway works perfectly for us.
Fantastic to be a part of the Titans and have their product in our store. Legendary cricket team. They're selling at the moment in the Atterbury store as well as the Centurion store. Senior jerseys selling for $449.95, and we've got the junior cricket jerseys selling at $399.95. Also available in 43 stores nationwide, including Cape Town, KZN, as well as Gauteng. You can get it on the online kiosk, so available in all stores.
So we are the most successful cricket team in South African history, and I think with cricket being what it is, there is a lot of public interest. So with spectators being able to get their hands on a replica t-shirt will mean quite a lot to them.
That brings to an end this edition of the Momentum Multiply Titans show. See you next time.